if you want to use InDesign, you're going to have to know how to open the program. There are several different ways to do this. The most effective way, of course, is to click on the icon in your dock, which will open up the program. Another way is to go into your Applications folder and click on it that way. InDesign, click on it. When you do click on it, it will open up something that looks a little bit like this. Give you a list of different options. On your left-hand side, you will have your recent documents that you've opened. Plus, you can always click on the Open folder and navigate to whatever InDesign document you want to open. Click Open and it'll open up in InDesign. Okay. Over here, you can obviously create a new one. You have some presets and stuff, which we won't really get into right now. But you'll notice down here at the bottom, if you don't want to see this screen every time you open up InDesign, you can go ahead and check this box right here. But I wouldn't recommend that until you've, utilized all the resources and you're familiar with everything. And I wouldn't check on this box unless you're sure you don't need any of this information. But for now, what we're going to do is we're just basically going to create a new document. You can do that one of three ways. One, you can always go up to the File, New Document, and do it that way. Or obviously, you can just click on Document. In our case, we're going to use the keyboard shortcut. We're just going to hit Command N, and it's going to start a new document. Now you'll notice you have a whole slew of options right here. Your intent, do you intend to print it? Are you doing something for the web? Or if you're doing digital publishing? We're going to go ahead and leave it at print for now. Let's say you can do a magazine article. Let's say you're doing 10 pages or whatever. We're going to go ahead and leave it at 1 for now. Start page, if you want to do your page numbering, you're going to start your page numbering on page 1. Now this can sometimes change. For example, let's say you have a cover and 2 or 3 pages of table of contents, and you want your actual start page to be on page 5. By default, you'll notice that InDesign is in picas. We can always change that by going InDesign Preferences, but we'll have to do that once we get into the actual program, and I'll show you how to change that. But for now, if you change it to the paper size, you can change it legal. It converts it to the picas. Okay, but at any time, if I want, I can put 8.5 inches, and if I hit Tab, it's going to convert it to the picas. 8.5 by 11 inches. Hit Tab, and now you can see that we are at the default letter, which is 8.5 by 11, which we'll keep it there. It's really easy to scroll through these different fields. What you can do is if you click on the name to the left of any field, it will highlight it. If I hit Tab, it will jump to the next field. If I hit Shift Tab, it will go backwards. Okay. There's several different ways to select these fields. The most ineffective way is to actually click inside here with your cursor, or click and drag and change it to whatever you want to do. Click and drag. This can be very time consuming, and of course as graphic designers we want to be as efficient with our time as we can. So it's a lot easier just to hit Tab or Shift Tab. Okay. We want our orientation to be portrait as opposed to landscape. Portrait just basically means that the height is greater than the width, and landscape means that the width is greater than the height. Number of columns, you can put any number of columns in here. We're going to go ahead and change it to 3 just for illustration purposes. Gutter, we won't really worry about that right now. Notice right here I have my margins, and over here I have a little tiny icon of a chain. If I were to change one of these margins with this chain closed or linked, it would apply to all of these margins. Let's say I just want a 0.075 inch margin on just the top, okay? But I don't want to apply it to the rest. 3 picas, by the way, is ½ an inch. So if I unlink this right here, you can see now it's, and I put in my 0.75 inches and hit Tab. I don't want to hit Enter or Return because that's the same as clicking OK, and I'm not ready to create my document yet. So I'm just going to hit Tab. You can see that it just applied to this one right here, and not the rest. So now I have a 0.75, which it converted it to picas, inch on just the top. Start page, primary text frame, we're going to go ahead and leave that off. We don't need it right now. Facing pages, we could leave it off if we needed to, but we'll go ahead and leave it on. And let's go ahead and click OK. Okay, so now as you can see here, we do have our document here with the 3/4 inch margin here. And obviously if we want to file, open a new document, we can do that, navigate to our document. We've set up our page numbering. Okay. So that's basically how you create a new document.